Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Dear learners and viewers, how are you doing? Hope everything is doing great. Today I am here once again to share with you another special part of completing sentence. Dear learners and viewers, today I am going to discuss completing sentence part 2. In the previous class I discussed completing sentence part 1. Hopefully you really enjoyed that class, right? Okay, dear learners and viewers, no more talk, let's get started. Dear learners and viewers, look at the examples. I have written 3 examples here for better understanding. Dear learners and viewers, the first example, the boy reads more so that. To complete any kind of incomplete sentence, dear learners and viewers, remember, first you have to read the incomplete sentence carefully with the Bangla meaning, okay? After understanding the incomplete sentence, then you have to complete the incomplete sentence, okay? Dear learners and viewers, the boy reads more so that. If there is so that in any kind of incomplete sentence, then how can we complete it? Dear learners and viewers, to complete it, you should follow an structure. What is the structure? The structure is, at first you have to use, after so that you have to use subject, then you have to use can or could, then you have to use verb, then you have to use extension, okay? To follow this structure, you can complete this type of incomplete sentence. Okay, dear learners and viewers, your first work is you have to use subject here. Okay, which subject? The first subject. Remember, dear learners and viewers, the first subject of incomplete sentence is, if the first subject of incomplete sentence is noun, then you can use here the pronoun form of the noun. Okay, so what is the pronoun form of the boy? He. We can use here he as a subject. Then what can we do? We can use here can or could. When can or when could? When we will use can and when we will use could. Dear learners and viewers, if the verb is in present form, then we can use here can. If the verb is past form, then we can use here could. We see that in this incomplete sentence there is a verb that is reads. The reads is in present form, so we can use here can after the subject, can. Then you have to use verb. You have to use a finite verb. Dear learners and viewers, depending on the meaning on this incomplete sentence, you have to use a suitable finite verb. But condition is that the suitable finite verb always will be present form or base form, because after the modal auxiliary verb, the finite verb always will be base form or present form. Dear learners and viewers, have you idea about the modal auxiliary verbs? Yes, of course, you have so much idea, right? What are the modal auxiliary verbs? The modal auxiliary verbs are shall, should, will, would, can, could, may, might, must, dare, need, ought to, going to, had better, had rather, would rather. These are called the modal auxiliary verbs. Dear learners and viewers, after this modal auxiliary verbs, the finite verb always will be base form or present form. Dear learners and viewers, what are the suitable finite verb for this incomplete sentence? We can use here the suitable finite verb, that is past. The past is in present form because after the modal auxiliary verb, the finite verb always will be present form. Okay, then we can use here extension. He can fast. What is the extension? In the exam. Okay, dear learners and viewers, we can complete another way. He can get a plus in the exam. He can prosper in life. He can shine in life. Okay, we can complete in many ways, right? Okay, dear learners, now look at the example number 2 for better understanding. We eat so that. We eat so that. What is the meaning of this sentence? You know the meaning, right? Okay, dear learners and viewers, we know there is a so that. If there is so that in any kind of incomplete sentence, then you have to follow a definite rule, that is subject can or could plus verb number 1 plus extension. Okay, dear learners and viewers, first we have to use here a subject. Who is subject? The first subject. We see that the first subject is pronoun subject. So if there is pronoun subject, so we directly use the pronoun subject here as a subject. So we can write down here we. Then you have to use can or could. We can use here can because there is a verb it is in present form. If the verb is present form of incomplete sentence, then you have to use here can. If the verb is past form, then you have to use here could. Okay, dear learners and viewers, and then depending on the meaning on this incomplete sentence, you have to use a suitable finite verb. Okay, dear learners and viewers, what will be the suitable finite verb? Guess please. Okay, we eat so that we can live. We can use here live. Okay, in this way we can complete this type of incomplete sentence, dear learners and viewers. Now look at the example number 3 for better understanding. Dear learners and viewers, he worked hard so that. What is the meaning of this incomplete sentence? Try to catch the meaning of this incomplete sentence. Dear learners and viewers, hope you catch the meaning right. We see that there is so that. So we know if there is so that in any kind of incomplete sentence, then you have to use first a subject here. What subject? Who is subject? The first subject. We see that the first subject is pronoun, so we can use here that pronoun as a subject first. Then you have to use can or could. We can use here could. Why could? Because there is a verb worked. Worked is in past form, so we can use here could. He worked hard so that he could. Then you have to use here a suitable finite verb. What kind of suitable finite verb use here? Shine in life. In life is extension. Okay, he worked hard so that he could shine in life. We can complete it another way. He could prosper in life. Okay, dear learners and viewers, in this way we can complete this kind of incomplete sentence. I hope you have understood you had understood better, right? Okay, dear learners and viewers, now we are going to another examples. Just look at the examples, dear learners and viewers. First, the man is so old that the boy is so little that. Okay, dear learners and viewers, look at the example number 1 and 2. In the previous rules, like the previous rules, there is also so and that. But in the previous rule, so that was combined. But in these rules, in this sentence, so that was not combined. Here is so and here is that. So that is here not combined, right? So how can complete this type of incomplete sentence where is used so that? Okay, dear learners and viewers, you have to, if you want to complete this type of incomplete sentence, you also have to follow a structure. What is that? So that. First we have to use subject plus can or could plus not plus verb number 1 plus extension. Okay, dear learners and viewers, you have to follow this structure. This structure is as same as the first structure, just only extra we use here not is extra here, but the structure is same, but structure is the same here. Like the first rule. Okay, the man is so old that. How can we complete this type of incomplete sentence? Dear learners and viewers, first we have to use here subject. Which subject? The first subject. The first subject is man, so we use here the pronoun form of the man as a subject. He, we can use here he. What is the pronoun form of man? He. Then can or could, we can use here can, because verb is present form, we can use here can. If the verb is past form, then we will use here could. So we see that is present form, so we can use here can. And then you have to add not. He cannot. Okay, dear learners and viewers, then you have to choose a suitable verb from this depending on the meaning on this incomplete sentence. You have to choose a suitable verb depending on the meaning on this incomplete sentence. Okay, first you have to know the meaning. The man is so old that he cannot. What type of finite verb we can use here? He cannot. We can use here as a finite verb work. Okay, dear learners and viewers, here work will be always based from or present from, because there is a modal auxiliary verb can. After the modal auxiliary verb, the finite verb always will be based from or present from. We can use here the man is so old that he cannot work, or we can use here he cannot walk. We can use here he cannot run. Okay, dear learners and viewers, in this way we can complete this type of incomplete sentence. Dear learners and viewers, now look at the example number 2 for better understanding. The boy is so little that. The boy is so little that. How can we complete this kind of incomplete sentence? First you have to use a subject. Which subject? The first subject. First subject is noun, so we can use here the pronoun form of the noun subject. What is the pronoun form of the boy? He. We can use here he. Then you have to use here can or could. We can use here can, because the verb is in present form, so we can use here can. And then you have to use a suitable finite verb depending on the meaning on this incomplete sentence. The boy is so little that he can't. What kind of finite verb we can use here? Speak. Okay, dear learners and viewers, the boy is so little that he can. We can use here not. He cannot speak. Okay, we cannot. He cannot walk. Or we can use here he cannot run. Okay, dear learners and viewers, in this way we can complete this type of incomplete sentence. I repeat, if there is so that in any kind of incomplete sentence, so adjective that. If there is any kind of sentence, so adjective that, then how can you complete it? First you have to use can or could, then first you have to use subject, then you have to use can or could plus not, then verb number 1 plus extension. In this way we can complete this type of incomplete sentence. Dear learners and viewers, hope you have understood very clearly, right? Okay, dear learners and viewers, no more today. Till then, be good and be happy. Okay, dear learners and viewers, inshallah next class we will discuss another part of completing sentence. Okay, thank you very much.